Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm Steph and this is my mom, Michelle.
Do you wish that you could make your bedroom look bigger? In episode 1 of the Extreme Bedroom Makeover, we talked about the design plan and introducing the color scheme.
Just by using the right color choices, you can make a room look and feel bigger. Keep watching as we share painting tips and colors to help achieve a larger looking room.
Now, you might think that putting a darker color on the ceiling is going to make the room feel low and claustrophobic, but it really has just the opposite effect.
The first time we tested this theory in my parents' bathroom makeover, we were a little skeptical, but we decided to go for it with the thought that we could always change it back to white if we really didn't like it. This was the perfect space to try it in because it's relatively small and didn't take too much time.
Generally speaking, a bathroom already has tight quarters, so it could already feel cramped and crowded. But with the black ceiling, as soon as we finished painting the white walls, it immediately made the small space feel taller.
Now, you may not be able to experience this full effect from seeing it on screen, but when you're physically in a room painted like this, the illusion is pretty cool. Now, we also realize this look isn't for everyone. We all have different styles and interests, which make us each unique and who we are. So if you're on the fence and don't want to commit to it just yet, try it in a smaller space first to see how you like it. And know that paint is relatively inexpensive, so you can always change it back if you really don't like it.
You could even test the paint on these removable peel and stick sample paint swatches. Just put enough on the ceiling to give you a good visual of the whole ceiling being that color.
The first step to any painting job is prep work. We went around the room and filled in all the nail holes and dings in the walls and gave them a light sanding with 220 grit sandpaper once dry. Then clean up any dust with a cloth and vacuum.
We're using Bare Ultra with a flat finish on the paint color, matched to Sherwin-Williams Caviar. We're working with a flat paint because it reflects less light, so for a small room, the ceiling will look like it goes on and on. It's also good at hiding imperfections in the ceiling. And in our case, we're trying to hide the raised tape lines from the previously striped ceiling.
And as a reminder, it's always good to follow the manufacturer's instructions before using any product. We're starting with the ceiling so we don't have to worry about any paint splatter getting on the newly painted walls. Once the prep work is finished, the first thing you need to do is cut in. It's okay to get it on the walls because you'll be giving them a fresh coat of paint too. And in our case, we're actually bringing the ceiling color down the walls about 14 inches.
This will allow us to add a small trim of cove molding where the black and the white paint meet. This will be used to hide the LED lights that we're going to install. This is obviously not going to be the case for everyone, but we wanted to explain what we are doing. We used a chalk line to mark the walls to help us to know where to stop the black paint.
After you've cut in, use a 3/8 inch nap roller on the rest of the ceiling. This nap will hold more paint and give you better coverage. We also suggest using a paint roller extension pole. You can pick one up for less than $10, but it will make this job so much easier and much quicker. Otherwise, you'll be up and down a ladder multiple times and painting directly overhead. Trust us, you'll want to invest in one.
When rolling, you'll also want to avoid pushing too hard, or you'll end up with roller marks called roping. This often happens as there is less paint on the roller and you're trying to extend the paint as far as you can. So let the paint do the work for you. When it starts to provide less coverage, load the roller with more paint.
It's also a 2-coat process, so if it's not completely covering with the first coat, it's completely fine. You'll go over it again, creating a nice opaque look.
We're also painting the electrical spool, which was previously on the ceiling. The natural wood is pretty rough, which gives it an aged, rustic look. It was perfect in the previous bedroom design, but with this makeover, we almost want to make it disappear in the ceiling, so it looks like a dark night sky.
Because remember, we're going for a minimal Star Wars theme here. Welcome to the dark side. Allow the ceiling to dry according to the manufacturer's instructions. Then you can start painting the walls. If you have a steady hand and feel comfortable cutting in without getting paint on the ceiling, then go for it. Otherwise, just apply a little painter's tape around the edges of the ceiling to keep that nice crisp line.
Since we're going to be adding trim molding where the two paint colors meet in the next episode, we're not going to worry about a nice crisp paint line here. So be sure to come back next week to see how we're going to add the trim work and the lighting. We'll achieve that nice crisp look after we've caulked and painted the trim. So yes, it does look like we're really doing a sloppy paint job right now, but there is a method to our madness.
Using lighter colors on the walls tend to make spaces appear larger. We're using Bare Ultra and it's colored matched to Sherwin-Williams Pure White in an eggshell finish. This slight sheen will help to reflect the light. This, along with the combination of darker ceiling paint, is what's going to make this room look larger just by the use of the right color combination. It draws your eyes up, creating the illusion of a taller ceiling.
Again, it's always a good idea to try a color sample before purchasing a large quantity of paint. With color samples, you'll be able to get a look at the color during different times of the day and with different lighting sources. And these removable peel and stick color swatches make that even easier to do by testing it in different areas of the room.
We also painted the doors with the same white paint to keep a cohesive look on the lower half of the room and framed out the window with some simple craftsman trim to create a more finished look.
We hope you enjoyed this video and learned a few helpful tips you can use to make a small room feel larger.
Hit that like button and be sure to tap that notification bell so you're the first one to know when our new videos come out and you don't miss an episode of this Extreme Bedroom Makeover.
If you've missed any episodes, you can watch them by tapping the link on your screen or down in the description section below.
You might also like to watch any of the extreme room makeovers we've completed in the previous one room challenges. Again, just tap the link on your screen or in the description box below. In each of these design plans, we share simple and creative ways to transform any space, all on a minimal budget. You're sure to find several ways you can update your home with a timeless look.
Up next, we're going to show you how to add simple cove molding trim around the perimeter of the room to hide the LED lights. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Was that weird that I waved?
Whatever you want. Maybe. You want me to do that again? You can decide if it was weird or not.
Okay.